Hey guys, so you just seen us shoot the G2 Research RIP ammo and the Lehigh Defense ammo through both the car door and the windshield. We're going to go ahead and cut those rounds out of the ballistic gel and let you have a look at them. Not sure how good you're going to be able to see the rounds in the ballistic gel. It's really clear and we can see them really well here, but not sure if the camera's going to pick them up very well. So now the first round that we shot is directly below my finger. The rounds that you see going this way are the rounds from the car door, and the rounds that you see going this way are from the windshield. The windshield rounds penetrated a lot further. So let's go ahead and cut out this first round from the car door. I'm going to turn it over to get to it because it's going to be easier to get to this round from the bottom. And let me see if I can get in here and grab this out with a pair of pliers. Okay, so I got that round out. This was the first round shot. It's one of the G2 Research rounds. See if you can see that. Pretty weird. It did kind of mushroom out there at the tip a little bit, but it didn't mushroom like it should have. And it definitely did not mushroom once it hit the soft tissue. So, pretty interesting. And we'll take photos of this as well. Okay, so now we got the block facing back up. The next round that was fired through the door was the Lehigh Defense. And that is this round here. You can see my finger's entrance wound. And we're not sure if that's a full bullet in there or not. It's really hard to tell. I took a picture of it. It looks like debris from the car door. And there was an exit. You can see this little line here. There was a tiny, tiny exit. Not sure if that was just a piece of debris or it'd have to be a heck of a piece of debris to actually blow through 16 inches of ballistics gel. So maybe the petals broke off inside the door and just a tiny shaft came through. I'm not sure. So we're gonna go ahead and lay this on its side again and cut out this round as well. Well, it'd be easier to get this one from the bottom as well. I do see a petal in there, I believe. All right, let me get my pliers and see if I can get this piece out. Pretty interesting. Okay, so we got the material out. It was not the bullet. It was a piece of the door panel. And then this is interesting. If you can see that there, what that is an actual piece of metal from the car door. And this is the size of the bullet. So the exit that we have was not a piece of debris, it was the bullet, which is what we figured. But what had happened is that little piece of metal actually conformed to the top of the bullet and it blew completely through the block. So it was basically acting as a hardball. And the G2 Research, as though it did not mushroom a lot, hardly any, it did not blow completely through. So I don't know what that says about it, but did not blow all the way through the block like the Lehigh Defense did. Alright, so we have 3 rounds left. These are the 3 rounds that we shot through the windshield. We shot 3 because one of the rounds entered right at the very bottom of the block, and it looks like it may have actually skimmed the bottom of the block and hit the metal we had it sitting on. We weren't 100% sure. We didn't want to move the block, so we went ahead and shot 3 rounds. So let's go ahead and pull those rounds out and we'll look at them as well. We're going to go ahead and pull the rounds that we shot through the windshield. Number 1 is this one here. This is the furthest round you see in the gel. That should be a G2 research round. And then this other one that you see here should be a Lehigh Defense. Now we shot another Lehigh Defense round, and it also blew completely through the ballistics gel, which I have right here. You'll be able to see it on the video actually fall out of the ballistics gel onto the seat. So, and we have pictures of it as well. So let's go ahead and pull this round out first. See if you can, let me move this a little bit so you can see that. This round here, which is the furthest one, I'm going to cut that one out and we'll have a look at it. Okay, so we have that round out. It is the rip round. And not sure if this is going to show up very well on the camera, but it is, you know, impregnated there in glass inside the hollow point. And the trokers or the petals, whatever you would like to call them, did not separate. None of these rounds separated in this ballistics block, either through the door or through the windshield. So I think that's something a lot of us wanted to see, is that they would still go through a hard surface like a windshield or a door and still perform like it's meant to in soft tissue, which it clearly didn't in these tests. So 1 round left to go here. Let's pull it out, and it's the Lehigh Defense, and see how it did. Okay, so this round here that you see in the gel is the only bullet left. That's the Lehigh Defense, I believe. If you can see right here at the end, I'm going to zoom in here, but this round went, I think, to that's about 14 inches, I think, or 13 and a half. I'll measure that here in 1 second. Okay guys, so you can see right here that the last G2 research round that we pulled out of the ballistics gel was about 13 and a half to 14 inches. And that's well above the 12 inches that the FBI standards claim to be a lethal hit. So it did perform pretty well. But at the end of its travel is where the biggest damage is in this block. So this round right here, this 1 round, performed the best so far. And I don't know if that was just a coincidence or, you know, a once in a lifetime kind of deal, but this round performed really well, the best out of the car door and windshield test. But like I said, would that happen every time? Apparently not, because the first round that we shot, that was the Lehigh, blew completely through the block altogether and fell out into the seat, and it wasn't really damaged at all. So let's go ahead and pull this one out and see what we got. Let me zoom in on it real quick, kind of give you guys the best look I can. I'm not sure how it's going to come out on the camera, but okay guys, so that's as good as I can get zoomed in on that. But definitely the most damage as far as the ending wound cavity. So, you know, like I said, I'm not a ballistics gel expert, but I can clearly see that this is the round that would have done the most damage into a human body. So let's go ahead and pull it out and see what we got. And this one we're going to be pulling out from the top because that's the closest avenue to get to it. So this round also is a G2 research, and clearly this round did the most damage. I mean, in this particular test, the G2 research did outperform the Lehigh Defense. I mean, there's no other way for me to say it. So let's get a couple pictures of it. Okay guys, so out of the 5 rounds that we actually shot, we were able to recover 4 of them. 3 of them being the G2 Research RIP ammo. And the only reason we shot one more of those rounds is one of the rounds that we shot we thought completely disappeared, but it was actually in the gel. It was just hard to see because of the metal that we had the block sitting on. So the Lehigh Defense rounds, we were able to cover one of those rounds. We were able to cover all of the RIP ammo, so that was a good thing. But the one round that we were able to capture of the Lehigh Defense actually blew completely through the windshield and the ballistics gel and fell into the seat. And you'll see that on the camera. The other round, no idea. We've looked around. You could see, we thought it was that it exited because you can actually see it on the ballistics gel, but we could not find the round. So penetration, the Lehigh Defense definitely has the power for penetration, but that's not going to be good for home defense and stuff like that inside the home if you have small children or other members in the household. Now, as far as delivering its full energy or the most damage at the end of its travel, the G2 Research RIP round was definitely the clear winner in this particular test. Now, I know a lot of you guys said in the first test that we did that the damage that it did cause on the 4 to 5 inches where the trokers actually broke off and separated into the gel was superficial, and that may be true. But in this particular test, that last round that we pulled out, you could clearly see that the most damage was done at the end of travel of that bullet, and it was the biggest and most devastating wound out of all the shots fired. Now, is that just a one-time thing? I don't know, but I'm not a ballistics expert and I'm not pretending to be. I'm just doing these tests so you guys can make your own informed decisions. Personally, I think the round is too expensive and it's too light at 96 grains. The Lehigh Defense is cheaper at about 33 rounds a box, and it's 105 grains, so it is a little heavier and it's a little cheaper, but still, in my opinion, it is too expensive and still too light. Now, there were things that I kind of liked about the Lehigh Defense over the G2, but those haven't proven to be true. The first thing was I liked that it was heavier. It had less petals when it broke off, which means those petals were bigger and heavier, so they should have caused more damage, and we'll see that in the next test. Maybe that will be the case. We're going to do the drywall test, the bulletproof vest test, and the denim test, so we'll see how they fare there. But so far, in this particular test, the G2 Research is the winner, if there is one, in this test.